everyone. This is the Bridge for Math, Dr. B coming at you again from Feather River College. Today we're going to talk polynomial division. Now, polynomial division sounds like a terrifying horror movie, but I can share with you, it's not that bad. You build upon past things that you used to know on division. Now, this shows up in elementary algebra as well as college transfer algebra, so really important that you see it the first time around, but let's practice. So, I know it may feel weird. Look at this. You have two terms over here, you got multiple terms here, you got trinomial, binomial, scary stuff. You're like, how do I do the division? Well, what I want to share with you, very common in math to build upon what you know. So let's go back to the old days and let's just do some division. Do you remember how division looked? 2 divides into 704. Notice I did color theory. I got black, I got green, and I got blue. Now, if you remember, the first thing we did is we said, look at this term here, 2. 2 times what gives me 7, or what's the closest I can get? 2 goes into 7 how many times? 3 is your answer. So you put a 3 above it, and was it pretty important for you to line things up? Do you remember division? Your hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place? Yes, pretty important to line things up. So a lot of people remember, okay, put a 3 up here. Now what happens to a 3? You multiply it back down, was 3 times 2. Notice the arrow flow that I'm giving you. 3 times 2 gives you 6. Now what did you do with that 6? Well, you subtracted it. From what? From the thing that lines up with it. In this case, it's the hundreds places. So you have 7 minus 6. Notice I put parentheses there. You want to pay attention to that because I'll do it again with polynomial division. You minus the whole thing, so it's 7 minus 6. You get 1. What did you do in the old days? You bring down the next place, the tens place. Bring down the 0. Do you stop? How do you know when to stop? And I know you're laughing at me going, I really know how to do this. Well, 2 clearly goes into 10, so we keep going. So 2 goes into 10. 2 times what gives me 10? 5. Good job. So you put 5 up here. Follow the same process. Take the 5, multiply it down by the 2, follow this arrow, and you get a 10. Okay, cool. And that arrow should have actually gone there. Good catch. So let's make that adjustment, which we can adjust real time. So we have 10 minus 10 gives you 0. Well, don't forget the ones place. Bring down the 4 all the way down. Do we stop? Is that my remainder? No, because 2 can still divide into 4. 4 is still bigger than 2. Okay, 2 times what gives me 4? Or 2 goes into 4 how many times? 2. Then repeat the process. 2 times 2 gives me my 4. What do we do with it? Like we did every time. You see all these sexy reds? Subtraction, every time. 4 minus 4? 0. Do any of you remember something really important when it came to a 0 remainder? Yes, I knew you would. Turns out if you get a 0 remainder, we say it divides evenly. But it really means that the term you divide into it, the divisor, the answer you get, called the quotient, these are factors on the inside known as the dividend. I know those fancy words, but you just remember, 2 times 352 gives me my 704. Factors. Okay, let's see if we can apply our old school knowledge to this new stuff called polynomial division. And here's the secret I want to share with you. Here's the secret. Focus in, no matter how many terms are over here, focus in on the biggest power term, the one with the biggest order or exponent. In this case, this is x to the 1, which is bigger than 3, the number. Then, focus in on over here, the first term. Don't look at these terms, focus in on the first term. Do you remember when we first did the division over here, did we look at 2 into 4? No, we looked at 2 into the first term, 7. So likewise, focus on the x and say x times what gives me x squared? X times what gives me x squared? And so if you see it, it's just x. X times x gives me x squared. So you take this x, and here's where the minus 3 finally comes to life. Some of you are going, well, what about the minus 3? I don't blame you. Good job for paying attention. You do need to take care of it. But first, focus in on the big power first, the biggest one, big term. So x times x gives me x squared. Now, x times negative 3 gives me negative 3x. What do we do with that? Well, what did we do over here? Didn't we subtract everything over here? So you remember I said put the parentheses there and I warned you? So let's put parentheses here and subtract. Now let's check it out. X squared minus x squared. What does that give you? It cancels. But what's positive x minus a minus 3x? A minus minus makes it a plus. So this becomes x plus 3x, which gives you 4x. Now what did we do with the term over here, do you remember? Bringing it down. I used to say in my class, bring it down with rhythm, so bring it down to minus 12. Now, are we done? Is this our remainder, or do we need to keep dividing further? Well, ask the same question that we did over here. Can this divisor go into it? Is the thing out here bigger? Well, what would you say? Is 4x bigger than x? Absolutely. So, x times what gives me 4x? You say plus 4. Okay. Well, what's 4 times x? 4x. And what's 4 times negative 3? Negative 12. What do I do with that? We subtract it. Put the parentheses like we said earlier. What is something minus itself? 0. And do I say that's where I stop? Is that my remainder? Because x does not go into 0. So, if we have 0 remainder, what can we determine about x minus 3 and x plus 4? Ah, well done. You can say that x minus 3 times x plus 4, I also say black times blue, can equal money CeeLo green, which is x squared plus x minus 12. If you don't believe me that this division works, can we do some FOILing to make it work? What's x times x? It's x squared. What's the outer term? X times positive 4. That's 4x. What's the inner term? Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. What's 4x minus 3x? Positive 1x. What's negative 3, the last term times the last term? Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. So this works. My takeaway today is I hope you don't get too afraid of polynomial division. Look at it as division, except now we got some variable letters in there. Do the same process. Bring things down, subtract, focus in on the bigger term, practice some more examples. You'll get there. This is the Bridge for Math, signing out on polynomial division.